The scratching came at exactly 2:17 a.m. Slow, uneven, desperate, like something outside that window knew time was running out. And when Daniel finally forced himself to stand, his whole body heavy from days without sleep, he pulled the curtain back just enough to see and froze. A German shepherd stood there in the rain, its fur soaked, its ribs faintly visible, but its eyes locked onto his, wide, urgent, almost pleading. Not like it wanted food, like it needed him to understand something. Like it was saying, "You don't have time, come now." And in that moment, Daniel felt something shift inside him, something he couldn't explain, because somehow he knew this wasn't random. Hey everyone, I'm Faith, and today I want to tell you the story of Daniel Carter, a father whose world fell apart when his 8-year-old daughter Lily vanished without a trace, and how, just when hope was almost gone, a mysterious German shepherd appeared at his window and led him to something that no one could explain. But before we go further, I want to ask you something. If someone you love disappeared, how far would you go to find them? Tell me in the comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe, because this story, it stays with you. Daniel hadn't really slept since Lily went missing. The house still looked exactly the same, her small shoes by the door, her backpack still leaning against the wall. Everything frozen in place, except her. She had walked home from school like she always did, waved goodbye at the corner, and then she was just gone. No sound, no struggle, no witnesses. The police searched everywhere, the streets, the woods, even nearby towns. But days passed, and the silence only grew heavier. People stopped calling, the searches slowed down. But Daniel, he couldn't stop, because for him, giving up meant losing her forever. So when the scratching came again, louder this time, he couldn't ignore it. Scrape, scrape, scrape. He stepped closer, his chest tight, his mind racing. "Hello?" he called softly. No answer, just that sound again. And when he opened the door slightly, the cold air rushed in, and the dog stepped back, then paused and looked at him, waiting. That was the moment everything changed, because the dog didn't run. It turned, took a few steps, and looked back again, like it wanted him to follow. "Wait, where are you going?" Daniel said, quickly grabbing his jacket as he stepped outside. The rain hit his face instantly, cold and sharp, but he didn't care. The dog kept moving, slow, steady, always checking if he was behind. And then Daniel realized something that made his stomach drop. It wasn't heading toward the road. It was going straight toward the woods, the same woods the police had already searched. He stopped at the edge, breathing hard, every instinct telling him this was crazy. There was nothing there. There couldn't be. But then the dog stepped into the darkness, without hesitation, and looked back one more time. And in that moment, Daniel made a choice. "Lily," he whispered, and followed. The forest swallowed them quickly. The deeper they went, the quieter everything became. No wind, no sounds, just his footsteps and the faint movement of the dog ahead. Minutes passed, maybe more. He couldn't tell. His heart pounded in his chest, every step filled with both fear and hope. And then suddenly, the dog stopped, completely still, its ears lifted, its body tense, and then it let out a single sharp bark. Daniel's breath caught. "Hello?" he shouted, his voice echoing through the trees. Silence, thick and heavy. And then a sound, faint, weak, almost gone. "Dad?" Everything inside him shattered. "Lily!" He screamed, dropping to his knees as he searched around him. "Dad, I'm here!" The voice came from below. His hands moved frantically, pushing aside leaves, branches, dirt, until he saw it. A small hidden opening in the ground, almost impossible to notice. A hole. "Hold on, I'm here!" he shouted, digging with everything he had. The dog joined him, clawing at the dirt fast, focused, like it already knew. And then Daniel saw her, curled up inside, shaking, pale, but alive. "Dad," she whispered. He reached down and pulled her into his arms, holding her so tightly it felt like he might break. "I've got you. I've got you," he kept saying, his voice trembling. She was cold, weak, but breathing, alive. And in that moment, nothing else mattered. But then, Daniel looked back at the dog. It stood a few feet away, calm now, silent. No barking, no excitement, just watching, like it had done exactly what it came to do. And then, it slowly stepped back and disappeared into the darkness. When the police arrived later, they said something that made no sense at all. That exact area had already been searched, more than once, thoroughly. There was no report of any hole, no sign anyone had been there. It was impossible, but Lily had been there. And somehow, that dog knew. Daniel never saw it again. No one did. No missing dog reports, no sightings. It was like it appeared for one reason and vanished once it was done. Years later, Lily would say something that Daniel could never forget. She said while she was trapped down there, she heard something above her. Soft footsteps, light scratching, like something was trying to reach her, staying close, not leaving, waiting. And maybe that's something we don't always understand, that sometimes when everything feels lost, when hope is almost gone, something shows up, something unexpected, something that guides you, even when it doesn't make sense. Because if Daniel had ignored that sound, if he had stayed inside, he would have lost his daughter forever. So here's my question for you. What do you think that dog really was? Just a stray or something more? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And if this story touched you even a little, don't forget to subscribe, because some stories stay with you long after they